Hello, everybody, and I'm actually really excited for this episode. I've been waiting to do it for so long now, so I finally get to do it. So let's hop straight away into it on today's episode of Star Wars Nerds and Geeks. So, of course, let's first talk about these man-eating teddy bears.
See, NG, it is I, Darth Jade, once more.
Well, what do you know? Hey, Darth Jade, what can I do you for today?
NG, you know what I want. I want to make a video today.
Listen. Darth Jade, you're cool and all, and you've done a lot of videos on my channel, but I can't let you keep hijacking my videos. Oh, it's a very bright lightsaber.
So do we have a deal, NG?
Yeah. You can make your video today. I don't worry about it. I can always make this video next week.
That's what I thought. Now get out of here so I can make my video.
Okay. Okay, I'll go.
So now that I have this video to myself, let's talk about Jedi. They're real pain in the backside. They're always like, oh, let me save you. Save yourself, little kid. I'm gonna get out of here. If you were strong, you could save yourself. Now, Jedi. They're the most annoying things in the galaxy, especially when you have to get information from them. Jedi are impossible to interrogate. It is so difficult. So, for all of you inspiring Sith Lords out there, I wanted to give you a few pointers on the best way to interrogate these pesky Jedi. Now, there are some really famous Sith Lords out there who know how to interrogate very well. There was one Sith Lord named Lord Scourge who was so good at interrogating, he knew exactly how to interrogate every single person. He knew the amount of pain to give them. He knew the questions to ask them. He knew exactly how long to wait between each question. This guy was so good, he even interrogated the infamous Darth Revan. But not everybody is Lord Scourge. Lord Scourge was a legend, and I doubt any of you could ever be like him. However, anyone can interrogate a Jedi using my method. Oh, first, to fully be able to interrogate a Jedi, you must understand Jedi. So I will tell you all the generalities about Jedi so that you can go into any interrogation with a Jedi and feel confident that you know them. First, Jedi have little to no self-preservation. They don't care if they live or they die, so long as the mission succeeds. So you cannot threaten a Jedi with death. They will laugh it off. However, they do care about the survival of their team. So if you know that they are working with people, then you can threaten those people and they will most likely comply with you. But you must be careful because Jedi are very smart. So this actually leads me to my first point. You have to be smart with the Jedi. If you want to threaten their friends, first you have to be sure that they are with friends. And then you must know how many friends there are, what gender their friends are, what species their friends are. That way you'll be able to fully threaten them. If you know everything about the Jedi's friends, then you will be able to confirm their worst fears. You will be able to confirm that you have captured them and are about to kill them unless they give you the information you want. So, get as much information about the friends as you can. And if you don't have enough information, then make generalities about their friends, not specifics. If you don't know how many people they are, don't say plural friends or singular friend. Say more like, those you are with will die. If you didn't do that, then you might say, we're threatening your friend, but the Jedi will have multiple people with them, and so they'll know you're lying. Another thing you must do, if you don't know the gender or the species, don't mention gender or species. If you say, oh, I know the female Zabrak you're with is about to die, and they weren't traveling with a female Zabrak, they're gonna laugh at you. You don't want to be laughed at. It hurts. So make generalities. Do not make specifics unless you know for a fact those specifics are correct. Next, what you must know is that Jedi are very, very smart. They're very crafty, and they're very deceitful. If a Jedi gives you information, they might be lying to you. And they might be lying to you. And if you go away and you tell people to do things based off of that information, then you will most likely be lulled into a trap by the evil Jedi, and you and all of your crew will die, and that is not a very good way to go out. Furthermore, if the Jedi tries to give you information and it's a lie, and you believe them, they might be able to escape afterwards. So not only are you and your crew dead, but the Jedi escaped, and you have completely failed. So a good way around this would always be to check the information they gave you. If they tell you a system that a secret base is at, send secret probes there to make sure it's not a trap. If they tell you information about a person, check your database to make sure that that information lines up. Do whatever you can to ensure that they are telling the truth. Now you can do as much mind games as you want. You can fact check everything they give you, whatever you want. But we all know deep down that the most effective way of interrogation is torture. Now you would think that Sith would be incredible at torture. I mean, we Sith love torture. It's one of my favorite hobbies, as a matter of fact. We just love dishing out pain, and we're quite good at it. However, we are not that good at torture against Jedi. And that is because of a trait that the Jedi have. The Jedi have an ability, the most annoying ability in the galaxy, and that is to sustain themselves through the Force. No matter what Sith do to them, if they were to electrocute them, if the Sith were to carve their flesh out with lightsabers, if the Sith were to do literally anything to the Jedi will be able to call on the Force to heal their wounds and sustain their body to be able to survive and not feel as much pain. Which is actually, in my opinion, kind of pathetic because the Jedi can't handle the pain. But you know, that's just my opinion. I don't like the Jedi anyways. But whatever. This means that no matter how much pain you give a Jedi, they will never get in because they will always be able to call on the Force to sustain themselves. In the end, the only way you can give enough pain for them to submit is when you give them so much pain that their bodies end up collapsing and they die. It's very difficult to get information out of a corpse, believe me. So you do not want to torture a Jedi through the traditional means, because they will be able to outlast it, and the only time that the pain will get to them is when they die. So, you must find ways around this to torture them. Now, in the old Republic times, thousands of years ago, there was a battle cruiser called the Ascendant Spear, piloted by the fearsome Darth Jade. Now, this battle cruiser was an incredible battle cruiser. that I'm sure I can convince NG to talk about one day. However, what I wanted to talk about is a fearsome weapon on board the battlecruiser. A weapon of interrogation, specifically against Jedi. Now, this interrogation completely bypasses the Jedi's ability to use the Force to sustain themselves, because the Force can only heal their physical wounds. So what this weapon is it's not really a physical weapon, it's a mental weapon. See, it's a chemical that you inject the Jedi with, and what it does is it tortures them, but it tortures them in their mind. And so it doesn't actually cause them physical pain, so the Force can't heal their wounds. However, it makes the brain think that it's feeling pain. And so, in this way, the Force isn't able to help the Jedi, and you are torturing the Jedi just like you would any other normal person. And so this way, you can quite easily torture a Jedi to give you all the information you want. However, you must be cautious about this. The weapon can cause madness, or rather, it can cause insanity. Pure insanity. If you let this weapon go for too long in a person, their mind will go and they will become insane. And an insane person cannot tell you any information. So you must be careful using this, and you must monitor their vitals to make sure that they are not going crazy. However, if you are able to pull it off, this is one of the best ways to interrogate a Jedi. The only problem is getting your hands on some of this chemical. I haven't been able to find some, and I've been searching for 15 years. So good luck to all of you. Now the next way to interrogate a Jedi is another way to bypass their ability to use the Force to heal themselves. This way is to simply take away the Force from them. That sounds pretty crazy, but believe it or not, there are many ways to do this. Now at first, I wanted to say this method is my favorite because it allows you to interrogate the Jedi like a normal person. However, the Jedi also loses their ability to use the Force. And when Jedi lose the ability to use the Force, they feel naked and vulnerable since they always count on the Force. This is why I personally never count on anything but myself, because I don't want to get into a situation like this. Because when the Jedi feel naked and vulnerable without the Force, you are able to exploit that. And if you are skilled enough, you can use that to your advantage to get information that you want. Now, like I said, there's many ways to take away the Force from a Jedi. There are chemicals and weapons that can probably do it, but those are probably pretty rare and hard to come by. And they involve like an injection process, or you need to shoot them, or however they work. It doesn't matter because those are not as good as a living creature. That's right, there are several living creatures that are able to make a Jedi not be able to use the Force. My personal favorite is the Ysilamari. The Ysilamari are able to push away the Force around them, and anyone close to the Ysilamari are not able to use the Force. So all you need to do is line your interrogation chamber with a bunch of Ysilamari, and the Jedi won't be able to use the Force. They'll feel naked and vulnerable, so you can exploit that, and then you can torture them like a normal person. Be warned though, if you are a Sith and you are Force sensitive, it will feel weird for you too. So I would suggest that if you did use the Ysilamari, to not be within their range, because then you wouldn't be able to use the Force. But if you were within their range, I would suggest to get used to the Ysilamari before you interrogate the Jedi. Now, where can you find the Ysilamari? Well, a very popular place to find them is the planet Merker, where the smuggling pirate Talon Card once set up office. So the planet Merker, if you want to get Ysilamari, is probably your best bet. So once you use one of these two methods to bypass a Jedi's ability to heal themselves through the Force, then you can torture them however you please and get the interrogation and interrogate them until you get all the information you want. Now, little tips on that. It's actually pretty easy. You don't have to be a Lord Scourge to get information you want. If a Jedi cannot use the Force to heal themselves, they will tell you what you need to know with enough pain. So just make them feel the pain. The most thing you have to worry about is dishing out so much pain that the Jedi either goes insane or dies. So be conscious of how much pain you're dealing them. Now, I have a tip for the questions that you ask them. A real easy way to ask questions in an interrogation is to start with easy questions that they can answer, that they will answer. Like asking them what their name is, asking them if they're a Jedi. Simply by answering these questions honestly will make them mentally susceptible to you asking more questions. And if you start off easy, like, are you a Jedi? And they say yes, suddenly they're a little more open and you be a little more direct. Were you on a mission? Yes, I was. What was the mission for? I was trying to steal some kyber crystals, and etc., until you get the information that you want. That is, say the Jedi are building an ultimate lightsaber. So you start off with easy questions, even if you already know them, just to make it so that the Jedi is more open to answering your questions. Well, that's all I got for you. Good luck interrogating Jedi. This is Darth Jade. Goodbye.
Lord Jade? Darth Jade. Alright. Sweet. He's gone. Thank goodness. I really can't have him busting in on my videos anymore. It's kind of annoying. I feel like I'm gonna ask him if he could just ask me if he can get on one of these videos, cause if it's a cool topic, like the Battle of Kamino, he was talking about the Kaminoans and their cloning methods. That was a really interesting topic, and he was pretty knowledgeable about that. So, if Darth Jade actually asked me, then I'll probably let him be on. And that way we don't have to have any more confusion and any more, run-ins with his lightsaber. I'm gonna get a heart attack one day if he just keeps coming in and threatens me. But whatever. I looked at what he made, and it's all about dark Sith Lord stuff. It's kind of but he said that I had to post it, otherwise he was going to force choke me. So yeah. But on the bright side, if you listen to all this, it's actually really interesting information. And if you're a Jedi trying to avoid Sith interrogation, well, then this gives you perfectly good inside information on how to avoid a Sith interrogation and how to survive it. And now you know how a Sith is going to try and interrogate you, so you can make steps to stop them. But that was my 2 cents. This is Star Wars Nerds and Geeks signing off. See you all next time.